Well, hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and we are actually up here at the Yooper house. Um, we made her up here on Friday night. We came up after Tracy got done with work, made her all the way up here, and I was just looking over there. Got a bunch of rabbits over there in the neighbor's yard. There's a whole bunch of them over there. Funny thing is, last night we came out here, we heard a wolf. We heard a wolf howling out here. And from what I understand, the neighbors over next door over there, they said that they have seen a wolf down the road a little bit, crossing a couple times. So there's a wolf running around here. But we heard a wolf howling, and then I came out here and dogs from everywhere were just barking and howling and stuff. And I came out here and we were sitting here, and all of a sudden I heard a really deep snort from across the road in that high grass and those trees over there. Could have been a deer. Pretty deep snort for a deer, though. Deer do snort. They blow out. They go like that. They make a noise like that. And what they do is they blow out their nostrils to suck in air to catch a scent if there's something nearby or something. But it was pretty deep. So I'm kind of wondering if it was a bear. It was pretty deep. And I'll tell you guys in a little bit why I think it was maybe a bear. But we made it up here Friday night. We hauled a lot of stuff up here. We've had issues with appliances and everything else. And we got up here Friday night, and Tracy, she unloaded all this stuff. She has been, wow. I mean, she's been an appliance mover, an appliance installer. I feel kind of useless once in a while. I just kind of have to sit there and just kind of direct and stuff. And, explain to her how you do this or how you do that and everything. And she's been really good. But she says that she has many titles. She's gaining many titles by the second. But she's been doing great. But we made her up here. And just chilling and relaxing. And we made it up Friday night, and we unloaded a trailer, and then we kind of chilled. And the place was well taken care of. Our next door neighbors over here, right straight across the street, really super nice people, and we have their phone number. They kind of keep an eye on the place for us. Well, I got some nice hair going on this morning. They keep an eye on the place while we're gone and everything, and we actually text back and forth, and we've talked. And we were supposed to come up for that UTV ride. We were telling them that we'd be up for that. And then when the accident happened, Tracy actually let them know that we were not coming up. That I had broken my back and I was in Johns Hopkins just getting surgery and everything. So there was all that. And he's actually been mowing the yard, so he's been taking care of the front. I told him, no, you don't need to mow our yard and stuff, because I guess he used to mow the yard for the guy who lived here before. And he's like, no, it's not a problem. And there was a lot of damage in the yard and stuff, and I've gotten this front yard straightened out. There was big hills and big things dug out where somebody went in with a front end loader and they buried themselves right here. So he didn't want to use his lawnmower across it, and I had fixed it all. And then I have a push lawnmower up here. I do have the riding lawnmower, do have the motor for it, but I didn't even bring it with me because there's no way that I can lift the motor in and install this. So that'll be for a later time. But we do have the push lawnmower up here. It's not a big yard. So this has gone pretty good. My plans on the next time that I came up, I was actually going to build a front porch right here. It's like a little 4x4 front porch with some steps coming down, and then put a concrete walkway coming over to the driveway and over to that service door. I was planning on doing that the next time I come out. Well, I can't do anything now. I don't know. I'm looking at maybe getting on Marketplace and seeing if I can find some like handyman or someone who wants to work for cash or something. I don't know if it's not that big a deal. We may end up just leaving it. One thing that does have to be done is up there, the chimney, some of the bricks have come loose. This last winter, it got some, this guy's coming fast. It has gotten some moisture, some water in the bricks and froze and stuff, and some of the bricks came loose. So that does have to be remortared. It actually needs to probably be rebuilt, but the roof, I'm not planning on doing anything with the roof. There's no leaks or nothing. And the plan was, I was supposed to do the siding this summer, but that's not happening now. We know the reasons for that. And when I do the roof, I was thinking next year I'm going to put a metal roof on. When I do that, then I'll probably actually take all the brick off and restack the brick and mortar everything right. But for right now, what needs to be done, I think, is I'm going to get some red mortar. And I'm thinking maybe the drunk carpenter, when he comes up, my son-in-law, he will be coming up here in a few weeks. And maybe when he comes up, I could talk him into going up there with some red mortar and little spatula thing you call them, or whatever, spade thing, and going up there and kind of filling in the voids and filling all the cracks in, and just using some red mortar and kind of make it so that it'll be good enough for this winter, so that chimney doesn't actually fall and stuff. So that needs to be taken care of. You can see the kitty cats are up here with us. Elvis and Peanuts. Priscilla is the proper name. They're sitting in the window there. That ledge is an extra wide ledge, and we kind of thought the cats would like to sit there, and they do. They like to hang out there and watch things. Peanut's staring me down right now. But we have got up here. I guess I probably should step into the garage first. And things are kind of a mess right now, and it's a little dark in the garage and stuff, because the lighting is not the greatest in here. I'm going to be working on that. But we brought this refrigerator up. This refrigerator is from the camper that I have at out the farm there, and that I had kind of done some restoration on and stuff. And the refrigerator went out. It was one of those 12 volt, 120 volt refrigerators that are in campers, and it had gone out, and I had just went down to a store called Menards that's around this area, and I had bought this thing for, I think, $150 or whatever. It's brand new, and I stuck it in there, and I only used it for like a month. And our refrigerator up here, the drunk carpenter and my daughter came up here and used the place, broke in. You guys haven't seen that video, I'll put a link right up here, and you guys can watch how the drunk carpenter was going to cut through the door with a chainsaw. But he used I left some brisket in the freezer, and he ate a bunch of my brisket, and there was a little bit left over, and when they were leaving, they put it into the freezer, and I closed the door, and I think that the Tupperware dish kind of fell back out and kind of got caught where the door wouldn't seal right. I think that's kind of what happened. And they left, and the freezer door reopened about 2 inches. And then it was like 2.5 weeks until Tracy came up here, and she came up for like a full week and just did a bunch of projects. And she came and she walked in the door, and the first thing she saw was the freezer door was open a little bit, and the light was on. And she went in there, and the whole freezer had like 4 inches of ice in it. And she tore everything out of it, put it in coolers, and she defrosted it and chipped all that ice out, let it sit, and then she tried turning it on. And it seemed to work a little bit. She thought, okay, it's going to be okay. We were talking about it. And then the next day she went in there to the refrigerator to get something out, and the stuff that was in the refrigerator was actually warm. And she tried messing with it and unplugging it and let it sit for 24 hours, tried plugging it back in, wouldn't work. So the freezer in the fridge it went out. Not a big deal. Things happen, you know. There was issues with the refrigerator anyways. I've gone over this in the past. Not a big deal, but it still worked. But oh well. So I actually we did a little shopping around, and there's actually a Sears hometown right here in Houghton. And we talked to them, and they have a refrigerator that exactly fits. And it has the water and the ice and everything in the door, just like the other one. It is the exact same size and everything. So I kind of custom built that kitchen for that refrigerator. So they had a silver one in the store, but we want it to be black so it matches the stove and the other appliances in there. And so they told us that we needed to go online and order, and I had done that. There was an issue with the order. Then I had to go back and reorder it again, and it's kind of a mess doing it online with Sears. You know, because most of the Sears have closed down across the country. And it was kind of an issue and stuff, but we finally have gotten it ordered correctly. and it is on the way. It's actually supposed to show up tomorrow, but then I did get an email on Saturday saying that the shipment is being delayed or something, and now it's supposed to be here August 3rd. We stopped in at the Sears hometown yesterday, tried talking to them to see if they could punch on a computer and see what's going on, see if it is actually on truck and being shipped yet, or if there's a problem or what. They weren't able to do it. We actually have to call back and talk to the manager. But we brought this one up. It was a long story to get to this. But we brought this one up just to use until we get our new refrigerator. Because we know with COVID going on and everything, there is a big issue with appliances and furniture and stuff like that. So just in case something happened, we brought this up. And we had this on the trailer and had it laying down on the trailer. I don't think that was the smartest idea. But it bounced around the whole way, all the way from the farm up to Tracy's place, and then had it up there, and then we brought it up here. It bounced around the whole way up there, and something has happened with it. Because we brought it, and this thing is so super light. I mean, there's nothing to this thing. But it was fine. It would work what we needed. And we brought it in here, we let it sit for a while, and I plugged it in. And the freezer started to freeze. I let it run all night long, and the freezer did start to freeze, and there was ice in there and stuff. But on the door, it was kind of wet, but it was freezing, but the refrigerator was not cooling whatsoever, and it just was running nonstop. So I think what happened is all the jiggling around, it has one of the pipes or something that has the Freon in it, the refrigerant in it. I think it has leaked some of it out or something. I don't know. And with these things, they're just a throwaway model. There's really no way to recharge and fix it and stuff. I mean, they're just cheap little refrigerators. So that made a problem for us. So we actually jumped on Marketplace on Saturday morning right away when I got up. I came out here and saw that it wasn't working. I jumped on Marketplace, and we actually found a refrigerator somebody just listed on Marketplace. And it was in their parents' garage, and they were cleaning out their parents' place. And they said everything works, $25. It is not a pretty refrigerator. It is a piece of junk. I guess they had it out in their garage, and they would use it for like their fishing, when they go fishing or hunting. That's where they would store all their meat once they butchered the animals or whatever, and they would keep it out in their garage and stuff. And it's not pretty, but hey, it works, and it was $25. So then we had to go and run and pick that up. So Tracy has done a lot of appliance moving. She's done this all by herself. When we went and picked up the appliance, the refrigerator to use when we picked up, the lady that we bought it from, super nice lady, and we were talking to her just a little bit, and I had asked how easy it was to get out because I have a broken back. I can't lift over 5 pounds. I said I can't do anything with my girlfriend. She's a beast, and she can do quite a bit, but we can't bring it up out of a basement or something. She said it's right in the garage door. We can back right up to it, and she actually helped. She helped Tracy and put it up on the trailer. And so we got that in here, and it is working, and we actually put it in the house, and we decided to put it in there, and we decided to get the old one out right away too. And so Tracy did this all by herself, and she pulled the refrigerator out, and we have it just sitting out here for right now. We're thinking maybe when she gets done with work, we might hook back up to the trailer, back up to it, and she can just push it over, let it fall onto the trailer, and we might just haul it to the dump. We got a bunch of other stuff that's going to the dump. But you can see that the guy kept up the place pretty good. Grass is cut. Just had a moth fly up my nose. And he has kept up with this side and mowed this all over here. And the last time Tracy was up here, he was talking to her, or she was talking to him, and he was saying that he would mow, and she was like, that'd be great, and if he could catch it just once in a while. But we kept telling him we kind of fixed all the ruts and all the rocks and stuff over in this side, but do not go behind that shed because there's tree stumps and big rocks and junk back there, and we do not want him to wreck his lawnmower. And he went a little further back. He says he knows what's back here and stuff, but he went back here and he went around the shed, kind of back here to the burning barrel. But look at how high this has gotten back here, guys. This is crazy. And all this over alongside the trees, those are ferns. And so I don't know what we're gonna be doing here. I don't know. Let me turn my camera around. There's like big stumps there. That's a stump that I hit when I was on my snow bike. When I was doing that video and all my kids are here, and I was like, okay, I'll show you guys how to ride this. And I took off and I cracked it up. That's because there was that big stump right under the snow. But got this all fixed up. And I think that what we're going to do is the hardware store right up in town, they have this big like walk around thing. You push it kind of like a lawnmower, but it has these big weed whacking blades on the front of it. Tracy, she was thinking that she could possibly run the machine and put some big boots on and safety glasses and stuff and get out here and try to tackle this. All that stuff back there is actually, I've walked through there yesterday, and that is actually chest high. I made my way back there to that pathway that we cut through the woods that we're calling the Freedom Lane. And I got a snowmobile sitting back in there on blocks. I actually walked back through there, and all that is up to my chest. And right on the other side of where this high grass and all these ferns are, there's a whole bunch of piles of bear poop. And it's fresh too. We know there is a bear that's running around here. It's a black bear. The neighbors over there on that side of those trees has told us that it has been in their yard and kind of messed with their bird feeders. And then it went down to the left here, went down to some neighbors down there and tore up their bird feeders. And they've actually seen it around in here. So we know there's a bear in here. That's why we thought last night maybe that was a bear. We do have a bear that runs around in the yard here. I was telling my daughter, my oldest daughter, about it. And last night I was telling her that we think we heard the bear. We found a big pile of poop in our backyard. We heard the bear outside last night huffing and puffing. And she's like, that's not good. You can't run fast. It's a black bear. It's not going to come after a human. It's not like a grizzly brown bear or something. It's going to run away. Unless it has a cub or something like that, they're just going to run away from you. As soon as you come outside and make noise, they're going to take off. But he has kept up with the lawnmower back here behind the shed, which has just been awesome. I mean, I couldn't be more appreciative of it. We need to knock all this down. My whole plan is to cut all these crappy trees out of here to open this up, because I plan on building a shed back here, which is not going to happen this summer now. That'll be probably next summer. But I'm going to build like a pole barn back here to store all my toys in and stuff. And we're going to put a driveway up to the road. We got a lot of rabbits. Little rabbits sitting over there. But he cut back here to the burning barrel, so we'll be able to get back here and burn garbage and stuff. But I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. We might rent that machine and see if Tracy can handle it and come back here and knock all this down and then kind of rake it up into a pile. I kind of have a spot back here where we burned a lot of garbage when we were remodeling and stuff. And we might rake all the grass up on there and burn it and see what we can do there. We'll see. But I'll take you guys inside and we'll show you guys what the masterful Tracy has been up to. But I'll show you all the things that the oh so powerful Tracy did over the weekend. We still do not have our furniture. Our furniture is coming in. All we have is this older couch that we brought up here when we first did a remodeling. And we've ordered, Tracy went shopping and found a furniture set a while ago, and we ordered it. And they were saying, I think it's not supposed to come in until like September or something, but she made a phone call to them, and I guess the couch and the love seat is going to be available on the 11th, so like a week and a half. And they're like, well, we could get that parts to you. So that is going to be why the Drunk Carpenter and my daughter are coming up. They're actually going to run over with their pickup truck and pick those up and bring them up here, because it's too far for delivery, the place that we got it from. So that'll be good, because this couch really sucks for me in my back. It actually does not work well. I've tried different configurations on sitting on it and stuff and turning different ways. It really just sucks. That's why I actually have this lawn chair sitting here. I actually am comfortable sitting in a lawn chair if I sit on ice or something. So that's why that's in here. But we brought the AC unit from the farm. And this was basically a brand new unit that I had installed in there when I moved into the trailer house. And it's a pretty good size unit. And Tracy was a he-man and lifted this in there all by herself. Whoa. What's whoa? That was a pretty good comp. He-woman? Sorry. A Shira. But she lifted it up in here, and I just have it like duct taped right now. I got to build like got some wood or something, and she's going to work with me on that, and we're going to enclose it all the way around, and that way it can be screwed in there, and then build something on the outside and everything, whole frame, so that it can't be pushed in and somebody can break in and stuff. But this thing keeps this place really cold. I turned it down last night when I went to bed, and what did I turn it down to? 65. I turned it down to 65 because I figured it would cool the whole place down into the bedroom. She got up and she was like, it was freezing in here when I got up. So it works very well. We just put it in that window and it works fine. It fit in there. It is snug as a bug. You couldn't fit anything that's a 16th bigger, right? It was a tight fit getting in there, but we got it in. The kitty cats are up here. Got Elvis there chilling on the couch. He was trying to peek out the window just now and couldn't get the curtains to open up, so we'll crack them for him. So if he wants to peek out there, he can. But that's been kind of his designated area. He's kind of claimed that top cushion on the couch. And everything else is pretty much the same. Everything is pretty much done. And there's Tracy just hard at work. That's what she does for a living. She analyzes. And Peanut there is her co-worker. My assistant. Your assistant. Peanut always sits right by her when she works all day. And in here, nothing's really changed too much. The cats love their little, you saw them from the outside. They like to sit up in here. It's nice and wide, and they lay up in here and just watch things. We're talking about building a outdoor thing to go over the window, but in the laundry room, and closing a screen and have like a little outside patio for the cats. We could open the window and the cats could jump up there and sit out there. And I said we should mount a bird feeder right on the outside of it so the birds come flying up. The cats will go nuts. But,
so with the bear that's pooping in our yard.
And the bear that's pooping in the yard. But this is this fancy refrigerator that we found for 25 bucks. It's a fancy one.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty. But hey, it works. And they had painted it with chalk. And that got Tracy all excited. She's like, I need some chalk pens. I'm going to draw pictures. So she got some. I figured the kids can make them up and mess around. But when Tracy came up here by herself for that week, she did all this. She has this all stained and painted and everything. She says there's a couple spots need to be touched up. I don't know. I think it looks great. But it's all stained. Everything is all done in the kitchen here. And she has painted all up underneath there and stuff. Got all that all painted. Everything stained. She found this little shelf that fits right there perfect. You can store stuff underneath there. She likes to have stuff stored. But, yeah. And she gotten all the cabinets all stained and everything else. I think it looks awesome. She did an awesome job. Only thing she didn't do is paint that.
Because the other fridge was too big, I couldn't get it.
Well, I think you could have.
Well.
I think it's an excuse.
Well.
But yeah, it was a $25 fridge. The light didn't work in it.
No shelves.
Yeah, there's no shelves. There's only one shelf. But hey, it works. It'll keep our fruit cold until our next refrigerator shows up. So everything is working in there. When I figure when our fridge shows up, we're actually going to take this one and move it out probably in front of the garage or something. Put an ad on Marketplace. We'll take some chalk and right on the front, free. and maybe somebody will want it for like a garage fridge or something. We really don't need a garage fridge because it's just the two of us, and even if the kids come up or we have some people up, you're not gonna need that much. I mean,
Coolers.
and yeah, if you need beer or something, and coolers or whatever. I mean, the other refrigerator, I don't know why you keep saying that, because the other refrigerator had beer all stored in it and stuff.
Oh, that's all it had in it.
That's all it had was beer. But the bathroom, really haven't done too much with this one. One of my projects that she has said, if I'm able to accomplish it, is to pull that back off. And we want to paint the frame, is that correct?
Yeah.
Instead of the stain, we're going to paint it because we can't get the stain to match the cabinet. So we're actually going to pull that back off. And then she found a piece of metal mesh that she likes better than the screen that I put on here. And she's the boss. So we do it. That's right, she's mumbling. So it's out in the garage and stuff. I don't know if I'll be getting to it today or what, but someday if I'm feeling better, I can just kind of pull a couple screws off and then have it out there in the garage. I gotta lay it on there. I gotta cut the piece of metal mesh that she wants to the right size, and then I'm going to we're gonna spray paint it like a blue color, like the wall, and then she's gonna paint the frame white, like the trim. And she likes that idea better. And then I do have to build a cabinet door on here. I got weeks and weeks and weeks to mess around with that. That's nothing. That's light duty stuff that I can probably play around with here and there. Tracy did get to use to test the bathtub last night.
I did.
And it works.
It does.
She didn't actually fall through into the floor, into the basement.
It was nice.
Here's old Peanut. And in the bedroom here, when I was gone, we had actually, she came up here by herself. She actually, we got these dressers. We got a dresser set that everything matches. And they're just cheap dresser made out of fake wood and everything, but she assembled them and she glued all the joints together so that they're a lot more stable. It will be just fine for up here. So we just have the two dressers, and then we were actually able to pick up the nightstands that match it too. So I actually have a nightstand, because I did have a nightstand and she was using a milk carton, and when she came up here she took my nightstand and then I got the milk carton.
It was a Walmart box.
It was a Walmart box. That's right, it was the vacuum bag. And the drunk carpenter and my daughter, they had a little window refrigerator. They actually asked me if I wanted it, and I said sure. And they brought it up here and left it up here when they were here, and we mounted that in the bedroom here. And that works really nice, keeps its room nice and cool for sleeping. The only problem is the fan is a bit noisy for sleeping with. So that's kind of why I ran the other one a little bit low when we leave the door open. We cool it real down, real nice in here, and then we kind of turn it up to like 68 or so, 70, and it will shut off. And it does pretty good, but when she runs, that's the lowest setting it's on there now. But this thing is really cool. Tracy made this, and this was a surprise for me. She kept telling me that there was a surprise. And this is a canvas that she had picked up. And what was on the canvas before? It was something ugly, she said. And she kind of spray painted it and did some kind of highlights with blue to kind of touching and stuff to kind of match things. And she took some paint and she painted that on there. It will be an adventure. And we're going to be hanging this right above the bed. The reasoning why she did this, and maybe some of you guys will know or remember, when me and Tracy first met, one of the first things we did is I actually went and bought a sailboat. And that's where you guys kind of met her a little bit. And I introduced her as the inspector. I was bringing her along to be the inspector on the boat. and we were joking around on the kind of the camera and stuff, and we were up there looking at stuff, and one of the things that the comment that we made, we were going on these little roads and looking at boats and all this stuff, and one of the things that we said is I think we were getting lost or something. I don't remember what was all happening, but we said, well, if it doesn't turn out, it'll be an adventure.
That's what we always say.
And that's what we say, is we just go off and we go out in the woods and snowmobile and we jump on Quasi and just go places, and it's just an adventure. So she painted that up, and we're gonna hang that above the bed. But then, whatever she wants to call herself, the female from He-Man comics, I guess, I don't remember what the name is. We actually went on Marketplace. She had found this washer machine down by her, picked it up and got it really super cheap, and it works, everything functionable. And I had put the hookups in here for a washer and dryer, and we figured since we're going to be up here quite a bit, it'd be nice to have a washer and dryer. And when we got up here, I went on Marketplace, and I actually found a dryer on Marketplace, and it was free. And it said it hadn't been started in 10 years or something like that. And something about the moisture indicator thing doesn't work, but the timer does. We're like, I don't care. And we actually went and picked it up, and the dude was super nice. It was supposed to be free for you to haul away. There was a couple steps. It had to come up out of a basement. I couldn't help. And he was actually there, and he helped Tracy and got the thing loaded up on the trailer. And she brought this thing in here all by herself. She hauled this thing in here. She was the appliance mover and appliance installer. And we got it all hooked up, plugged it all in, and it works perfectly. Everything works. And so we have it all routed outside and everything. This is a vent thing that has a lever on the side, and have it mounted right there. And in the wintertime, you can actually flip the lever, and then instead of the air going outside, the hot air out of the dryer, it will actually put the air into the room here through that little like nylon thing on there. Make sure that stuff, lint and stuff doesn't get blown in the house. But it will actually put the heat inside. Yes, I know when you do that, there's moisture that comes through before all the comments are written. Yes, I know that, but it does help the heat to place. It will work perfect. I think that she laid this here because this was an extra piece of shelving that we put up over here for the closet. We are talking that we're going to put a shelf across here, but this one is not long enough, so we'll have to pick up another one. But so put up a shelf here that we can kind of put stuff on. So she's gotten these all hooked up. We've hooked up the washing machine. We've ran it. Everything is working. Everything is working properly. And this is the window that we're talking about building like something out here, some kind of wood frame thing with a wood floor and then a little roof on it, and then encase it in screen. And just as you saw, and Peanut and Elvis can jump up here, and we'll just have the window open, and they can go out and sit out there and kind of keep an eye on the place and be on bear patrol. So that's what's been happening, and Tracy has been working her butt off. Yeah. She actually woke up Sunday morning. She was expecting to really be hurting, and she got up and she actually felt pretty good. She wasn't too bad. After moving 3 fridges, kind of. Yeah, 3 fridges. That's actually the TV out of my semi. I really do not like to have a TV in a bedroom, but Tracy has this idea that she's going to do yoga, and she wants some TV in here to hook up to a DVD for yoga DVDs or something. I don't know. So that's all that's going to be for. Yeah. Someday. The fairy room, nothing has changed in there. We haven't done anything in there. So there's kind of a complete tour of everything that's happened since we got up here, and everything that's been done since the last time you guys have seen the place. And we're just going to be up here and chilling and relaxing. That's all we're doing. I'm gonna see if I can putz with things and kind of keep myself preoccupied, and things are going well with me. I'm proceeding with the recovery. Everything is going well on that part of it. I have another 5.5 weeks basically, and then I have to go get an x-ray and send it to my neurosurgeon out there in Baltimore, and then he will take a look at all that and probably do another examination of me, probably online or something, and we'll get the word on what maybe my restrictions are going to be in the future coming up, and possibly maybe a return to work or something, dates or something, I don't know. But this is what I'm doing. I will probably be doing videos kind of like this, kind of like update videos of what's happening and what we're kind of doing, and maybe when the drunk carpenter comes up, I'll sit there and video him as I instruct him on how to do things and work that poor boy to the bone.
Don't put this out before they come up, or he ain't gonna.
Oh yeah, well, he don't. Well, he does actually watch my videos. He has to come up. It doesn't matter if he sees this or not. He still has to come up. He's required. He married my daughter. He's required to come and work for me.
Liquor card.
What's that?
With the liquor card.
You're not supposed to give out that stuff. He has been working on a project for the house here for what seems like a year.
At least.
It's something that Tracy has requested.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, it was her request, and her and my daughters designed it and measured it, and then it seemed to never get done.
So I had to redesign it.
Yeah, but I guess it is actually completed. I've seen a picture of it. It will probably be coming out on his channel on how he built it and everything else. It looks really super nice. So that's what's going on. And then I will probably be doing videos. I'm sorry if the camera is kind of jumping around and stuff. I'm holding it up with my arm here. And let me get it. I got to close the door here. I'm sorry if it was kind of jumping around. Holding the selfie stick up is actually even, it actually puts pressure. So my hand was kind of shaking the whole time. But switched arms here. But basically, I think I'll be doing videos of the future is kind of things as we do them. And then I'm going to build all that over there. Well, Tracy's going on. I'm going to be an instructor. And then I'll be able to work on my hobby stuff. And I'm going to get back onto that plane build. And work on building that plane up and getting that one accomplished. I did bring my little electric plane with me. It got damaged in the transit. I can fix that. But I did not bring the trainer plane with me. And I have not flown for quite a few years. And so I kind of want to take the trainer plane up first and kind of make sure that it's not going to be a big deal. I'm gonna be able to do it, be able to fly and stuff. But the trainer plane, the motor inside of it, it had a nitro motor. It ran off nitro fuel. It was completely locked up. It was rusted. It's been sitting, I think, for 5 years since it ran, and it was just completely junk. And to get a new motor for it and everything else was quite expensive. I mean, they were like $100 and some. And I've actually looked online and I have found a high wing trainer plane kind of thing, but it's electric and it's actually bigger than my other trainer plane. And it comes with a set of floats and stuff. And it was like under $100. So I could get a whole new trainer plane that's all ready to go. So I'm actually going to do it that way. And it's actually made for like, this plane is actually, it's a real easy flying plane, but it's actually real powerful and you can actually tow remote control gliders up. So like if your friend has a remote control glider, you can put a tow strap up and tow them up and then release them and they can do their glider thing. So it has a lot of power. And my thinking is that I will make a mount on the center of gravity spot location on the plane and mount a camera on there. And then I can do videos of going and you guys can be right on the plane and flying around and everything. It's not like a drone. I don't have to have a special license for that. I'm kind of searching around up here for places that I can kind of fly at. I think I maybe found a place yesterday. I'm going to talk to the people that owned a business and asked them if they would allow me to fly way back in the edge of this parking lot. There's this huge open area, and I don't think there's gonna be a problem with it. So we'll see. But then also it comes with floats, and I might be able to take off the channel, right off the channel down here. That'd be kind of cool, right in between Hancock and Houghton. We'll see. So videos like that. So that's what's be kind of coming in the future and stuff, is videos like this, and then my recovery and how it's going with me. So I'm going to let you guys go. So I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, a great night as you watch this here video. And if you're not, I'm going to certainly try that all over again tomorrow. I will catch you guys later. Bye.